I really just want to showcase something that I'm just passionate about, and that is this piece of technology that's going to really 10x the speed of what I'm able to do. And I've been working on being able to implement this forever. And I just want to show you that I'm recording here on my iPhone, and already this is coming through. This is live in the editor. See, there's Joe. We can go back, we can hit play while it's still recording, and we can start sending clips down and edit while it's still going. So like applying this to things for my niche group, which are like public speakers, the high eye on the disc assessment, the podcasters, all those kind of people would love this, because imagine like Growth Club, we can have a team around that can send up the hype clips as the event's going, you know, things like that. Or when we're in a podcast, when we leave the podcast, we're all done with it too, because the editor edited the long version and then other people edited the clipped versions. And this is what I want to get to. Now it's accessible on the iPhone already, because the iPhone can do everything. But the problem with the iPhone is it doesn't have the lenses that can zoom in and actually look optically awesome. Like they kind of can, but it's not optically amazing. And so you have to buy a bunch of add-ons to get it to work well. Like iPhone films, or Apple films all their things with their iPhones, and it looks great and they really pull it off. But sometimes you really need those longer lenses and things like that just to really make it feel more compressed, because of the sensor sizes and everything, all the nerd talk. Basically, like, it looks better when you use real lenses, real glass, and not just like little pancakes that claim they're doing things. But this is really good for a start. And I haven't really seen a lot of other video companies go all in with this ecosystem. And so that's why I'm trying to do that and make it the implementation. Because there are many different tranches we can do. And it's not just to stand out from anybody else, but it's also to add on to other people who could easily have us carry them through this with white label things. So like once we conquer the play, then we could be like, hey, you got a Blackmagic camera, that's what they're called, and you got one of these ones that can do where it sends over Wi-Fi as you're recording, even out on the field, then we can implement this for you and make this a benefit to your business. So we're trying to like really team up and just help this to kind of be a thing. Because I've even seen it in my own business too, where it's like, man, these turnaround times they always take longer than what you think. And that's the opposite of what you want to be for a business. You want to under-promise, over-deliver as a business. But in the creative space, it's very common and easy to slip into, oh yeah, I could get that done in 3 days. And then you didn't calculate that you're going to have storage issues. You didn't calculate that you're going to have interruptions in the office. You didn't calculate that you're going to have, the technology fail. It just crashes, like the software, something with the load, the render, when you export all of the clips, and then boom, it fails at like 99%. And that took 5 hours just to export it. And now you got to start all over. Like all these things just happen, and it's really hard to calculate that. But with this, I'm trying to help my business and other businesses like this so we can all conquer that, so everyone can get faster turnarounds. And I'm excited because the first step for this is hiring an in-house editor, and I'm at that step because it is going to require a team. And so I'm excited to see this start to come to life. Now, I want to assess all the people in the room, where we are, because I just want to bring a little bit of value, workshop some things. And so where is everyone in their business? Would you rather, like, is your focus to see your business scale right now, or is your focus to get a mission message out there? If you feel comfortable, raise your hand for scaling your business over the message. Like that's the highest priority. Okay. And then raise your hand if you have a message and you really just need more people to hear it. Okay, cool. I knew we were in a business group, so that's awesome. There's this book I highly recommend called $100 Million Leads. Thanks, Joe. I'm going to read that over and over and over and over and consume every single piece of it and get to know it so I can implement it for every other business for us. But there's a thing in there called the core four. And in this core four, if you want to scale your business, I'm kind of business coaching here, but with your permission. So if you want to scale your business, there's 3 things to start doing, or 4, I mean. And the first thing, and I had no idea I was doing this, but just to reach out to your local connections that you know and like put yourself out there and just, so it's warm outreach really. Like, someone correct me if I'm wrong too, but this is the gist of it. So there's a warm outreach. You want to exhaust all of that because it's the lowest hanging fruit. Why would you spend all this time trying to get like way over here and get their attention? You're wasting all that time when someone over here is ready to give you provision for the vision already. And then the second thing is actually, Grant Cardone would love it, but it's cold outreach. And this is when you start generating those call lists and do all the cold calls and things like that, and you try to start getting out there. The third thing is actually, and this is from those really high business guys who have seen so much success in this. So if you don't take my word for it, take Alex Hormozy's word for it, and Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, and all those guys. So it's warm, cold, and then it's organic content. Or just content and branding. Like all of this, you start with branding, but because branding's all encompassing. But this specifically is to have content and start putting it out there and everything, to be able to have people come in and see what you're all about and put your story out there. And then the fourth thing is, Brandon Go would love this, but it's ads. So then after that, if you want to scale and get to know more, it's ads. And this is where we start to hesitate. For some reason, as local business owners, we just hesitate here. We know it's successful for the big guys, but we hold off for some reason. And I don't know what that is that holds us back. Maybe it's because we haven't gotten through these yet. But if you could spend $1,000 on ads knowing you get 3,000 back, why would you stop? You know, the hardest thing with ads that might stop us is you have to make the first move. It's that risk. Boom. She knows it because he's in it. But anyways, I wanted to just share this because wherever we are in business, this is where I want you to hire me here or here, because you're going to start needing content. If you want to scale, you're going to have to get beyond your connections of what you can do, because these hit ceilings. So, and sometimes like with this, like you could start scraping and all that or whatever, but you got to still keep doing it. So build the systems to keep doing it, because it's a both and world. It's not really either or. Would you like this or would you like this? I'm a believer in and. Yep. Or I'm a believer in all of it. Or, well, I forgot what I was going to say. Man, this baby, dude, that's like the 5th time that's happened this week. I'm like, dang, what was I going to say? But yeah, either do that, and most of the time we're in a both and world, or we're in there's a third option and no one just discovered it yet. And that's who I am. I'm the kind of guy that's like, how can I rather than I can't? Like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that Robert Kiyosaki, or is that how you say his name? How can I rather than I can't? And sometimes it's like, I can't afford it. I can't because the costs, usually that's a huge thing that stops us. But really, if you start thinking, how can I? It's like, well, what's your dream? What's your goal? And how much do you value that? Would this help that? If so, why are you putting a price tag on accomplishing your dream? Things like that. But also, how can I? Awesome thing with podcasts, you can split that. Just go find a partner. Now you got half off. You split it. And then that's a way to really do it. It's just like investing with mutual funds versus buying the whole stock yourself. So why not go and team up with a group of people to be able to do it and make it happen and have an asset for you to pull ads. And then I'll end on this last thing because I love this one where they both tie in together here, where you have the mix of the organic and the ads. Is people are going and they are making fake podcasts just for an ad. And then you go to their profile and they have nothing there, so they skip that step. That was a red flag for me because they weren't set up on socials or anything. And it's like, oh, I don't know. But, what?
Just a shout out for Jared. And okay, so I love this. Organic though, I would venture to say that that is important to do as you're doing warm and cold. Because what we're running into a lot is people that are doing a lot of that, the warm and cold. So they're doing the networking, and maybe they even have like a cold calling salesperson, but then their prospect is going to their social media to verify, and there's nothing there. Just like the person that's running ads, don't do it backwards. Like the person running ads, and you go to their page and there's nothing real there. You lose all credibility. So organic makes you credible. Do 3 at the same time. So yeah,
and you do it as you go, you know, and you just find ways, and it's really awesome. Like I'm presenting here. Well, I'm not spending any extra time making content because I can just record it and then have people edit this as you're watching it. There's just one last tie-in, which is people are faking podcasts just to make an ad. Why not have a real podcast and have real content and use that as an ad? Warm's more like people you know, people you've met through networking groups. They're more likely to say yes, like you already know them. It's not straight up some random person that's just on a list.
Sure.
You've seen them face to face.
Inorganic is, by comparison to that, what?
Organic is more content, organic content. So people are seeing you and feeling like they get to know you a little bit.
Give a couple examples of that. Yeah.
So organic content would be like podcasting. There's video. The organic content can be photos, sharing stories. It's mostly going to be social. Instructional videos too. Some things on the website, an introduction about you, your story, that can warm people up as well. It's free. It's free and it's real. Find your audience and pick your focus, but then see if it's scalable to just push all that everywhere. Because if you want to reach as many people as possible, go to as many places as possible. And if you can do it with a click of a button, why wouldn't you? And so there are tools there's one I like to use called Metricool. And it starts free, and then it's pretty darn affordable. It's kind of like Hootsuite where you can like schedule things out, but more importantly, you aggregate things, and it's a click of a button to scale. So like if you could be on LinkedIn when you're already making threads posts, or like what in the heck is Blue Sky? What? I can't keep up with all these socials. Well, you can with a click of a button, set up your account, and then boom, and then start pushing it out there. And they also even like have it organized for inbox, because people are worried about that, I know. Where it's like, well, how am I supposed to respond to all the messages? Well, you can just go to Metricool on the inbox tab and see all of it in one place as well. That, I would say, pick your focus one based on your audience. And if you don't know your audience, identify it. And if you have a hard time identifying it, pick your best client that you would want more of them. So that would be a good way to start molding that. You can make multiple avatars if you need to, you know, try it, test and measure. Nothing's set in stone. And then pick your focus, make content based on PAC. This is what I like to say. It's platforms and culture. So every platform does hit a little differently. And so if you can identify that culture, use that culture for your primary one, and it just like for the beginning stage, just distribute that across everywhere. All right, that is it.
All right, guys, good up for Jared Taylor.